It's been exactly a week and I now have the unlocked PCM back from HP Tuners. And this is awesome because I can now tune the red Hellcat Magnum. The one thing is I'm personally not going to be tuning the car. I've dabbled in tuning, but I don't do it every day of the year. So my friend Mish Tune, there will be a link in the description. If you have any tuning needs, he is great with engines and transmissions. He does Ford, Dodge, and Chevy. And the great thing is a lot of tuners just do engines or they do transmissions. They don't do both. He does both. And once you have your engine tuned and your transmission tuned and everything is working in harmony, it makes the world a difference, especially if you're trying to get that fraction of a second at the drag strip and you have a stock tune on your transmission and you have a high stall torque converter. It really doesn't make sense. So reach out to him if you have any questions. Also, one word of caution before I put the new unlocked PCM in the red Hellcat Magnum is if you have a Dodge, I don't know if this is true with Ford and Chevy, but it is 100% true of Dodge. If you have a Dodge Hellcat Scat Pack with a warranty, I would definitely recommend having HP Tuners. There's a drop-down menu in their PCM upgrade service where you can have them program a brand new ECM or PCM with your VIN number on it and send it to you, and then you keep your factory one untouched. The one thing is when Dodge plugs into your OBD2 port and you have one of these in there, it instantly adds this to the VIN number that it's unlocked and it instantly voids your warranty if you still have one. So I would definitely recommend, it's not 100% that it's going to make it so your warranty doesn't get void, but it'll be that little bit extra precaution where your ECM or your PCM isn't showing that it's 100% modified. So I would just throw that out there. If you want to have your warranty hopefully not get voided, if anything happens, get the upgrade service where they send you a brand new ECM with your VIN number unlocked, ready to go. Before you go and install this PCM into the car, I would remove it like so. And in the bottom, there is some literature. And it tells you, and you need to do this, you need to go into VCM Suite Beta and you need to clear your DTCs before you fire up the car. So just remember this piece of paper is in the bottom of this box and to follow the instructions. The great thing is they come in these nice little bags and they have this right here. They gave me a different sticker. Bam. Shows HP Tuners right there. That means it's unlocked. And I'm pretty sure they open these up. There's one over here too. Yeah, I think they open these up. Your bracket goes, haha. No, your bracket goes like this. Wha-bam. They're color coded, so you can't mix them up. So this tan goes to tan, gray goes to gray. Always put the bottom one in first because you'll never be able to get the top one in first. Twist in. She'll go right in. Like so. Then you just put your two 13mm strut bolts in, or your strut tower kind of crossbar bolt thing. The PCM is installed. It is time for some 1300cc injectors. On the fuel rails, there are these little retaining clips right here. You need to pop them off before you can pull the injector out. I would recommend putting a rag down there because when you pull the injector, a little bit, a lot of it, depends, of fuel come out. You don't want it to just go right into the intake port and just sit on top of the valves for the first time when you restart the car. It'll be flooded. And you're gonna wanna re-put that little clip in, so you could throw a little bit of fuel on there and just stick her in there. Like so. This connector is gonna face back. You're gonna wanna put this clip back in the injector to hold it down. So the bottom, the very bottom, is gonna seat around the top hat. And then these little grooves right here clip into the side of the rail to hold it in. So you need to make sure it's not too far, but it's far enough up. You're gonna wanna make sure it's closed too, or it will and there's one. Like so. Mish just sent me the updated file for the injectors, the catless mid pipes, 3-inch exhaust, and the trans tune in the lower temp thermostat. So I'm just going to load this on and we'll start her up and hear how she sounds. She should sound a lot better because without the cats, the engine or the ECU does some weird stuff. And once you go to 3-inch full exhaust, it needs to be tuned for it, but it will run and drive without it. It just sounds a lot better once it's tuned for it. So let's load this up. I thought I had credits on my MPVI 3, but as you can see, I have 12 and 12. Now I have 6 on there. So I just purchased 6 and it shows old credits. So how you go about looking to see what credits you have available and not used, you need to go to the editors. The editor, before you load the tune, you can go to this little eye right here and you click on it, and it's going to pull up all the information. So we're gonna click on the eye again. So as you can see, it has 6 credits purchased and 6 credits used and 0 available. So you can see that I have 12 in my account. All I need to do is come up to the help button right here, click on it, and then you're gonna resync the interface. So once we click on that, it's going to resync. And then on the bottom here, it should say 6 credits added, total of 12. So it's just saying that I have used 6, but I have 6 available. It's weird. It should be separate, but it's just kind of confusing once you know to resync it. Now we close it. I could hit the information here again, and it should show credits purchased 12, credits used 6, and credits available 6. So now we can close this out. Now I could come to here, open the file. I'm going to come to my downloads. This is the tune from Mish. We're going to open that. And then we're going to come over here and I'm going to click on the EPROM chip with a red arrow, and this is going to write the vehicle. So we're going to click on that, and then it's going to ask us to use the license. So it's going to say show license, and then it's going to say you have 6 credits available. You need 2 credits for the ECU, and you need 4 credits for the transmission. So we're going to go click this, And we're going to click down here and we're going to hit OK. And it asks you if you're sure. You cannot undo this. Once you do this, it's going to pop right up once Dodge plugs into your OBD2 port, and it's going to void your warranty. So that's why you always have a spare stock ECU. You just click yes, because I want to turn this girl up. And now we're going to click write. So this is going to write the tune from Mish. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to connect the car. So this, we're going to connect, going to start scanning. And what it's going to do is it's going to log this file. So what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to start the car up, let it idle, shut it off, send this log to Mish, and then he's going to tune the 1300cc injectors and all the other stuff for the idle. And then we'll start doing some street driving and do the same thing until the injectors are perfectly dialed in. Feeling good. Has finally finished everything with the tune on the red Hellcat Magnum, and there wasn't really much to do, so I put 1300cc injectors in it. This does have the full 3-inch MagnaFlow exhaust with no cats, so it needed to be fine-tuned, especially with the injectors. He also tuned the transmission, and she feels great. She really is night and day difference between it being factory. Big shout out to Mish Tune. I will put a link in the description. Also, big shout out to HB Tuners. I will put a link in the description for all the stuff that you're going to need to get a Hellcat tuned, because you need that gateway bypass cable, and you need 6 credits, and you need an MPVI 3, and you need somebody like Mish that can dial it in, especially if you're in an area that doesn't have a dyno. You need to be able to remote tune it and whatever. You know, a lot of people live kind of in the middle of nowhere where you don't have access. And to me, I've always heard that street tuning, and I've always seen that street tuning does a far better job at tuning a car, because you're in the real world instead of just on a dyno strapped down. Every time I see a car that's street tuned, it always makes a lot more power. It always puts down the power better, and it always beats the cars that say they're higher horsepower. So I'm gonna end the video here. Love the Hellcat Magnum. This red car is coming out great. I can't wait. I have some big upgrades coming for it, engine-wise, as well as exterior. So if you like these videos, make sure to click the subscribe button, throw a thumbs up, throw a comment below. As always, see you guys next time.